I am the NBA Roto Man with another edition of Buy or Sell. Okay, Fantasy Sports Experience, its website. We are talking to Ben, the proud owner. Ben, I visit your site every day. You got great stuff on it, man.
All right, thank you, man.
You're doing good stuff. I think that the headline of one of your blogs the other day said it all. Fantasy Basketball Desperation Station. We really are there, aren't we?
Oh, we definitely are. Second half, getting late in the season. Waiver wire looking pretty barren these days.
Why don't we take a look at the five, and you can tell me if any of these guys are worth picking up and where you stand on them. I'm going to call out a player now that I never thought I would ever mention, but the Clippers are pretty banged up. Do you possibly like Josh Powell?
Josh Powell is a very interesting option down the stretch. I was looking at some numbers, and when he's played 30-plus minutes, it's only happened 5 times because, he is Josh Powell. He's put up 11 points and 7 rebounds, and right now the Clippers are just, I think the Clippers team is just the definition of desperation station. They got Kaman down, Brand. I don't see Brand coming back, and even Paul Davis, who was their ultimate fallback option, he's done with an ACL. So Josh Powell has to play, and he most likely has to play 30-plus minutes going forward. I don't see him as a great option. He doesn't block shots, and for a big guy, he shoots a pretty poor field goal percentage. But if you need a center and you need some rebounds, Josh Powell's as decent an option as there is out there right now.
Wow. Huge night the other night, scoring 24 points. Is Sasha Pavlovic for real?
He's been very inconsistent throughout his career, but given the fact that Boobie Gibson's still like 1 or 2 weeks off, Pavlovic is going to pick up his role. So he should see plenty of three-point shots, plenty of offensive touches, and couldn't ask for a better teammate than LeBron James to set you up. So I can see Pavlovic being a guy that puts up 14, 15 points a night. He's not going to give you all that much more. He'll have 2 games where he breaks out with rebounds and assists, but generally his rebounds and assists are around 2 or 3. So if you're looking for threes and some scoring, Pavlovic is your guy.
All right, man. With a big game on Sunday, with Powell going down at least for the short term, do you jump on the Ronny Turiaf train?
Yeah, I love Ronny Turiaf. We actually, earlier this year in Desperation Station, once the Powell trade happened, he kind of lost a little value because Powell took away a bunch of his playing time. He actually looks great, and he's a guy that can give you. He's a great shot blocker. Little stat that we found on him today: in 10 games where he's played 25-plus minutes, he's averaging actually over 2 blocks a game. And shot blockers are kind of rare out there right now. So if you need a shot blocker, he's definitely your guy. With Paul out, he's going to get a lot more offensive touches. So I can see him, around 10 points, and he'll hit the boards 6 to 8. So I think he's a great option at center right now.
All right, so a definite buy for Ronny. Chicago is a disaster no matter how you look at it. With Jim Boylan, you have no idea who's going to play and who's going to get the minutes. And a lot of teams I see are dumping Larry Hughes. You think that's a good idea?
I think it's time to jump off the Larry Hughes train. This guy, I was never a big Larry Hughes fan, but he had an outstanding. His final month with Cleveland was outstanding. I couldn't rip the guy. He was getting assists. He always gets steals, but he was putting up some phenomenal point totals. In Chicago, this is a really bad situation. Like you said, Jim Boylan, his rotations are just absolutely terrible. You never know who's going to get playing time. Last game, Ben Gordon only played 13 minutes. And now to exacerbate the situation, you have Thabo back. He put up 20 points. As soon as Boylan sees a little bit of progress in Thabo, who's the next guy to lose playing time? Hughes hasn't really been prospering this month anyway. His point total has been very inconsistent, not getting assists, not really hitting the boards. Always shoots a poor field goal percentage, so you can forget about that. And, basically all he's really done this month is put up steals. And, given this crowded backcourt with Heinrich and Gordon and, all the guys in the mix, I would definitely sell on Larry Hughes right now.
All right, a big honkin' sell on Larry Hughes. And finally, Ben, you touched on it at the beginning of the program, but can you afford at all to hold on to Elton Brand?
Right now, I mean, you need your roster spots. Heading into the playoffs, especially if you're in a daily league, sometimes you're going to need a roster spot. You need to rotate a roster spot late, to win a category, to win the week. I mean, right now, teams are battling to get into the playoffs. In a situation, if you're a team that's maybe clinched a bye or clinched a top 2 spot or just looking ahead to the playoffs, might want to leave a spot open for Elton Brand because there's an outside chance he'll come back. But all indications from L.A., from Dunleavy up to management, that they just don't want Brand on the court right now, and they don't want to risk any further injury. So I highly doubt that we'll be him again this season.
All right, man. How about a couple sleepers from you? Who are you looking at?
One guy that I like, my boss down in Washington's been raving about this guy, Nick Young. I know Arenas is on the brink coming back, so I'm not sure how much burn Nick Young will get. But it seems like whenever he's out there, he's making things happen. He had a career-high 22 the other night. He looked good. I mean, the guy can get rebounds. He's got a good passing touch for a big guy. Nick Young's a guy I take a look at. Another guy I like Daequan Cook in Miami just because there really are no other options out there. That's another team that guys are just falling, some serious tanking going on in Miami right now.
It's really ugly.
Marion just went down too, so I don't even know who they're running out there these days. But I know Daequan Cook was tabbed by Pat Riley as being one of the core guys going into next year, so he should get plenty of burn down the stretch. Could be a nice option. And the last guy I like, as far as scoring goes, Juan Navarro seems to be getting a little bit more playing time lately. I know people have him, people drop him. He's one of those guys you pick up and drop. You see on your league add and drop up and down just about every week. But he might be a good guy to late in the season. Looks like Mike Conley's not 100%. Might be a guy that gets shut down. So Navarro would benefit from that along with Kyle Lowry.
All right, Ben. Awesome. A new feature we have on the show called Idiot of the Week. You got a candidate?
Idiot of the Week. Probably, if you're a Lakers fan, it's got to be Vladimir Radmanovic just for having his foot out there and having Powell step on it, right?
Outstanding. Glad Rad gets it. All right, dude. Great. Well, Ben, man, it's fun having you on this. It is called the Fantasy Sports Experience. I love your site. I go there every day.
Thanks very much, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you soon.